my name is Marie. Today I'm going to tell the story of the snail and the whale. This one. So, by now you guys at home know what to do, right? I'm going to teach you a few signs that we can use in the story, and I'll remind you and we can both sign them at the same time. We'll be signing together, okay? Right, ready? So our first sign is snail. Snail is quite a hard sign, so I'll help, right? So one hand with 2 fingers and our other hand all together. This one's the shell. On top. Snail. Snail. Brilliant, well done. Our next sign is whale, like the tail. Ready? So 2 flat hands, thumbs together, whale. Whale. Brilliant. Our next sign is big. Big. Show me how big you can go. Wow. Big. Lovely. Our next sign is small. Tiny, tiny. Small. Because in the story we've got a big whale and a small snail. Right, so our next sign is sky. So wiggly fingers above our head, sky. Sky. And then our last sign for today is the sea. The sea. So sky goes up here and the sea goes down here. Sea and sky. Well done. Right, who's ready for a story? Sure? Okay, here it is. Ready? So, this is the tail of a tiny snail and a great big grey-blue humpback whale. This is the rock as black as soot, and this is the snail with an itchy foot. He's ready to go. Where's he gonna go? The sea snail slithered all over the rock and gazed at the sea and the ships in the dock. So they've all parked up, the ships. As she gazed, she sniffed and sighed. The sea is deep and the world is wide. How I long to sail, said the tiny snail. She's fed up, she wants to go around the world. Wow. These are the other snails in the flock, who all stuck tight to the smooth black rock and said to the snail with the itchy foot, "Be quiet, don't wiggle, sit still, stay put." But the tiny snail sighed and sniffed, then cried, "I've got it! I'll hitch a lift." This is the trail of the tiny snail, a silvery trail that looped and curled and said, "Lift wanted around the world." Here it is. This is the whale who came one night when the tide was high and the stars were bright. A humpback whale immensely long who sang the snail a wonderful wonderful song of shimmering ice and coral caves, of shooting stars and enormous waves. And this is the tale of the humpback whale. He held it out of the starlit sea and said to the snail, "Come, sail with me." Wow. So, ready with your sign for sea? So, this is the sea, so wild and free, that carried the whale and the snail on his tail to towering icebergs and far off lands. Here they are. Looks cold. With fiery mountains and golden sands. Wow. These are the waves that arched and crashed and splashed the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. These are the caves beneath the waves where stripy fish with feathery fins and sharks with hideous toothy grins swam around the whale and the snail on the tail. Look at those sharks. You ready with sky? Okay. So this is the sky, so vast and high. Hands up high. Hands up high. Sometimes sunny and blue and warm. Sometimes filled with a thunderstorm. Ooh. With zigzag lightning and flashing and frightening the tiny snail on the tail of the whale. Ooh. And she gazed at the sky, the sea and the land, the waves and the caves and the golden sands. She gazed and gazed, amazed by it all. And she said to the whale, "I feel so small." There's your sign for small. I feel so small. But then came the day the whale lost his way. These are the speedboats running a race, zigzagging and zooming all over the place, upsetting the whale with their ear-splitting roar, making him swim too close to the shore. This is the tide slipping away. Here he is. Uh-oh. And this is the whale lying beached in the bay. "Quick! Off the sand! Back to sea!" cried the snail. "I can't move on the land. I'm too big," moaned the whale. The snail felt helpless and terribly small. "Then I've got it," she cried, and started to crawl. "I must not fail," said the tiny snail. "She's off. Where's she going?" This is the bell of the school in the bay, ringing the children in from their play. This is the teacher holding her chalk, telling her class, "Sit straight Don't talk. This is the board as black as soot, and this is the snail with the itchy foot. A snail! A snail! The teacher turns pale. Oh, look, says the children. It's leaving a trail. This is the trail of the tiny snail. A silvery trail saying, "Save the whale!" They're writing again. Here he is. Clever snail. These are the children running from school, fetching the firemen and digging a pool, squirting and spraying to keep the whale cool. Wow, all working together. This is the tide coming into the bay, and these are the villagers shouting hooray as the whale and the snail travel safely away. They're going bye. Here they are. The whale looks happy now. Back to the dock and the flock on the rock. Who said, "How time's flown, and haven't you grown?" And the whale and the snail told their wonderful tale of shimmering ice and coral caves, and shooting stars and enormous waves, and how the snail, so small and frail, with her looping, curling, silvery trail, saved the life of the humpback whale. Wow! Then the humpback whale held out her tail, and on crawled snail after snail after snail, all onto the whale. And they sang to the sea as they all set sail on the tail of the grey blue humpback whale. All there. Did you like the story? I did. See you next time. Thanks for watching. Bye.